So play with your children as much as you can. Authentic play. Authentic, real play. Well, what does that mean? What is the power of play? That imaginative, creative, practicing executive skills, the problem-solving, thinking. The giggling that you heard there was the natural state for 4-year and 5-year-olds bringing out their true essence and their executive functioning skills of setting the seeds and building the seeds for that. And it was fun. Have fun, have play fun. It's a learning opportunity. So go outside. We're going to talk about that. Outside is huge. There's light that comes from the sun that is a radiant light. And right now everybody's kind of feeling a little bit sun deprived. I don't know, my wife was saying, she goes, why couldn't we go to Florida or Bahamas? But Canada is a great place to be. So we went outside yesterday. We went walking on this downtown streets of Edmonton, went to the YMCA, worked out. It was a great way to get outside. But the point I'm making about outside is the sunlight that comes in with radiant light helps to reboot the brain and helps to rebalance the brain. We know this. I'm validating again what you already know. But what I'm saying is children aren't getting into it enough. Children are being exposed to too much ambient light, and that is the light that is coming from computer screens, that is coming from monitors, that is coming from cell phones. And that light that's coming from there puts the brain into, actually not into a higher executive skill, but a more stagnant area. You can't get into that abstracting I talked about. So how do you get those kids into that area or reboot them, if you want to use the computer analogy? You get them outside in natural light. So I go for walks. And they say, Mr. Ocker, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just going for a walk with the kids. And I go, yeah, we'll stay around the school, okay? For example, a student came in to me and he was just, I played Xbox all night long and I was just so tired. And he was acting out in class. He came to my room and I walked by the principal's office and I said, we're going on a walk. We're going outside. And she smiled. So I took the kid, and of course I took a Green Bay Packer football, and I said, let's go play catch outside. And we started walking and talking, and we got outside in the sunlight. And there's a play with a purpose here. I was getting him to walk, getting him out into the direct sunlight, and getting him to loosen up by throwing the ball. Boys need that interaction with something physical, whether it's a ball or whatever it is. But I do a lot of ball toss. You can do a lot of right brain, left brain stuff. I'm going to teach that later on today in the 7 Abilities Empowerment Workshop, where boys need to have that interaction to open up and express their emotions and feelings. Sidebar. Going back to the walk. We got into the walk. We started walking around. The kid opened up. He said, Mr. Ocker, the reason I play Xbox is because my mom's on Facebook every night. And I go, well, no, like I don't have dinner. What do you mean? She doesn't make any dinner. She's just on Facebook. She goes, she tells me to just microwave it. Here's a 12-year-old boy that, okay, he's trying to survival skills. And so what does he think he needs to do is he needs to go to his Xbox and get away, escape. But yet his basic needs aren't being met. But I had to try a way to get him to rebalance by getting him outside. Imaginative and creative, practicing the executive skills, and fun. Find powerful, quiet, silly, lovely moments with your children. Oh, that's some of my best time with my daughters, is to sit there and play and just giggle and laugh and have fun and just, we do Dancing with the Stars. I don't know, do you guys watch that here? My daughter's dressed up and we do dance changes and we do wardrobe changes, and my wife and I are the judges. You did a great job. You got up and kept going. And I love the twirl on your dress. Ooh, that was an awesome dress that you have. And then all of a sudden, Daddy, dance with me, dance with me. I've been dancing with my daughter every day since she was born, but that's her way of playing and expressing herself. All right, the next P, practice. Practice, perfect practice makes perfect. I'm a coach. I coach basketball for boys, and I always say, I don't care if you practice, but you got to do perfect practice makes perfect. Practice with a perfect purpose. And practice really leads to the mastery of a skill. And if you really want to get good at something, you want to help your children be good at something, they need to practice it and master it. Develop in kids the habit of working hard. I don't know in the States, but this concept in Canada, but in the States, the concept of hard work is being forgotten or lost in our generation of kids. My wife, beautiful woman, is the hardest working woman I know. She grew up on a farm. She grew up by the value of work was part of a family contribution. That's what you did. And she worked hard, and she works hard in everything she does, but she works hard raising our children. And that is a gift. So how do you practice and develop this repetition? Repetition is the key to learning. Tell others what you learned, and you will learn more. What do you mean repetition? Well, behavioral theorists said it takes up to 6 times of repeating something over a period of time, spaced repetition, before the concept becomes your own. So go and tell somebody else today what you learned. At lunchtime, share a little bit about the parent shift. Tonight when you go home and say, well, how was your conference? You can say, oh, I got some great ideas. Really? What'd you like? Well, here's another idea. Spaced repetition, spaced repetition. I, throughout all my schooling, loved to have DVDs or 8-track tapes. Doesn't that date me, huh? In the car ride would be my repetition to hear it. Well, this you should post on your refrigerator for your kids or in your schools. Creating a habit of hard work. How do you do that? I write up there, I'm working hard. Mr. Ocker, I can't get this math problem. It's too hard. I'm working hard. What are you doing? What's the next one? I'm trying to do better. Don't let it rest till your good becomes your better and your better becomes your best. Oh, I can't pick up these toys. There's too many of them. I'm trying to do better. I'm going to keep on trying. Develops the self-esteem that you can do it. I have to pick all this up? Like, he never gets to do anything. I'm going to keep on trying. Just point to it on the fridge. And I am practicing. Oh, man. I can't get this left-handed layup. Keep practicing. This is the first day. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. I'm practicing. This is a great way to develop habits of hard work with practice. All right, let's go into the 3 strategies that build emotional literacy and heart intelligence. All right, everybody, it's time to stand up and stretch. So what we're going to do now is stand up, find someone you don't know, look them in the eye, and tell them, you're great. And then find out what color eyes they have. You're great. Thanks, you're great. Brown eyes? Brown eyes. Okay, let's have a seat so we can go. Maybe 20 or 15, right on 50? Okay. All right, we just did the brain in motion, the movement and learning. The mind can only endure what the behind can endure. So you got to find a way to have some movement. So the first strategy is to find the brain in motion and movement and learning. And there's so much being taught about the brain in motion and movement and learning. And I'm going to get into different types of movement techniques. I want to talk about heart intelligences. I really believe the heart-centered journey I talked about in the Indigo book back in '99. I want everybody to point to themselves right now. Just point to who you are. Point to yourselves. Oops. All right, look around. Where are you pointing? To your heart. I didn't see anybody point here. But what's fascinating about that is we define ourselves by the intelligence of our heart. And regardless of what country, what color, what planet you're from, Earth, we define ourselves from the intelligence of our heart. And I do that all around in my presentations. And I only had one person go like this. So what wise parents know that heart intelligence will be the connection to heart-based living. Let's talk about heart intelligence. Heart intelligence is actually becoming a research topic with the Heart Math Institute. Anybody hear of the Heart Math Institute? M-A-T-H? Yes, yes, yes. Heartmath.com if you want to check some of this out. And what they did is they got these guys that Bruce Wilson and Doc Children decided to look at the heart and monitor and register the heart. And they were able to see the electromagnetic frequency about the heart. Let me see if I have a slide on here. No, we won't do that one yet. And they were able to find out that the heart resonated a larger intelligence than the brain area, than the gut. There are 3 oscillators, intelligent systems that they found out from their research. The head is I think, the heart is I feel, the gut is I know. And the largest intelligence oscillator they found in measuring human beings was what? The heart. And so if we can capitalize in this heart intelligence, we can connect to our kids. Because boy, are these kids coming with a heart intelligence. It's intuitive for them. What does that mean? When I sit in a meeting, and we're sitting around a parent meeting and IEP and talking about the kid, and well, ED, BD, DD, DD, alphabet soup, I sit right next to the kid and the parent, and the other teachers and the principal. And I take my heart intelligence and put myself into a state of coherence, which I did before the presentation, and the same time I'll teach you how to do it with heart tools. And I put myself in a state of coherence and I entrain and sync with that kid. And it helps that kid. This is huge. Just as recent research on brain changed perceptions of how we think, what we're now beginning to find out and learn about the heart will forever alter how we feel about living together, and the process drastically change science, medicine, and spirituality in the next century by Paul Purcell on the Heart's Code. All right, then you guys saw a glimpse of this. This guy does not have heart intelligence. Okay. So, strategies that build. Number 1 is the brain in motion. Number 2, teach and model. Empathy. We're going to teach and model empathy. What is empathy? It is one of the most golden things in terms of connections with kids. It sets the stage. It delivers the intention right to the heart. Oh, this is so sad. I'm sorry to hear about that. You got in a fight with your friend? Bummer. Empathy builds it in. Then you come back. I'm wondering what you're going to do to solve that. Well, I don't know. I came to see you. Oh, this is so sad. Would you like to hear what other kids have tried? Yeah. Well, some kids have gone up to the person and apologized, but that doesn't fix it. That just says you made a mistake and that you want to try to fix it. And then some kids go and try to write them a letter or try to text them and let them know that they still want to be their friend. And some kids do nothing and complain about them and spread rumors and gossip about them and get in trouble. What do you want to do? Try not to worry. Let me know how it works out for you. I'm sure you can handle it. Check in with me tomorrow. Empathy. It builds that heart intelligence. Empathy opens the mind and heart to learning. All right. So the third one in building emotional heart literacy is relationships. I talked a lot about relationships. Establish heart rituals. What are heart rituals? Love heart rituals are those little things we do with our kids all the time. Every night before my daughters go to bed, I put my hand on their heart and I say, hand to heart, our love will never part. Till the forever becomes the now. That's a love ritual. That's something that we have a connection in between. We do them all the time with our children. There's some great books on this, on love rituals and conscious parenting. If you Google that, you can find out some awesome ways to build these things with building relationships. Wise parents know that relationships is the greatest factor predicting whether kids will remain true to their parents' values or rebel. Relationships is the number one factor of all the research. You can teach them skills, you can teach them that. If kids don't know you care, they won't care to know, and we know this. All right, the last one is empowerment in action. What is empowerment in action? We are in the age of empowerment. And the kids communicate energetically with this deep communication through their heart intelligences, through the heart space and their higher mind. They hold a larger vision of yourself and family through empowerment. And we're going to talk about empowerment in action. It starts with the concept that we are all one. We are all connected. Kids resonate with this all the time. And the quickest, easiest way to empower yourself is power the people around you. But how much do you trust humanity? Can you empower those around you that may go against you? Can you find a way to empower those that don't fit into your piece of puzzle? Their piece belongs in the puzzle. Find a way to empower them. Become empowered. Ask yourself tonight in the evening, who did I empower today? Share your light with others. If you wish to keep it, figure out a way to give it away as much as you can. And the person most empowered is not always the happiest person, but to help people become who they want to be. Help kids become who they see and feel in their hearts. You can choose to shine your awareness in any direction. It's the analogy of like a flashlight, like the projector I talked about. If you're curious about something, use your imagination and shine that flashlight and yourself on the situation. Project yourself as a parent, empowering a sense of wisdom. Figure out a way to empower one person a day, and your life will change overnight. If someone empowers you, here's the next step. Number 1 is empower someone every day. Number 2 on the sheet is if someone empowers you, step into it, name it, claim it, and it will change you and that person that you're around. Okay, our children are our gifts. Again, let's find ways to unpackage them. Let's find ways to bring out their brilliance. These two are my little and my wife's gifts. All right, the last one, number 1 on the parent shift, the empowered gift. This is something that I heard at a concept at our state school counselors conference by a Keynote, and it just made sense. And what is it? It is, if you really want to do something for someone that you love, write a letter, handwrite it. Don't type it, okay. Don't key it in. Handwrite it in pencil and say to someone, for some reason, if I'm not here someday, I want you to know from my heart that, and really fill in the blanks. And write that letter, seal that letter, and give it to the person you love, whether it's your child, your family member, your spouse, your dog, your cat, no. But what happens when you do this is that people don't remember all these strategies and skills. Again, the relationship, if you do this, I heard a story that a parent did this with a child, and then all of a sudden the dad died, going back to my Patrick story, or the mom. But that child had that letter, and that child held on to that letter every day and reread that letter every day. And it was a gift that lasted and lasted and lasted in the heart of that child. And it could be with a parent, it could be with a spouse, it could be with somebody you love. So if that's something that you find interesting, take the time and do that. And it would be a gift that you give to those that you love.
What's the significance of pencil that you use rather than the pen?
Because there might be times where you change it. And there might be times where you're writing it and your relationship or your job or the shift happened and you might want to change it. And sometimes you do, and I've had people do that. Good question. All right. So let's review in case you missed it. We talked about the parent shift. We talked about empowering our children and today and building the families of tomorrow. The 5 parenting styles: helicopter, drill sergeant, digital, consultant, and empowered. We talked about the 4 P's of pillars of parenting wellness: pace, positive, play, practice. We talked about 3 strategies that build emotional literacy and heart intelligence: the brain in motion using heart tools, deep communication, empathy, and building relationships with heart rituals and other techniques. And we talked about the 2 empowerment in action techniques. Number 1, empower someone every day. And number 2, when someone empowers you, step into it, name it, claim it, and own it. And then we talked about the 1 empowered gift, the letter, the empowered letter. Okay, so in closing, I put together a little slideshow for you. I like to take pictures and put the things together. And I'm going to get it here and we can enjoy the slideshow. Thank you, wise parents and wise people. This is for you. There's more. Is it on?
Okay, we have about 7 or 8 minutes to get to your 10:30 workshop, but really quickly, before everybody runs out of the room, because I know most of you won't come back for the closing, we would like to present a gift on behalf of all of us, the society, the board, the org, all the people that came here today, to Rob for coming all the way up from Wisconsin and doing our workshops for us today. And this is the wellness alphabet, Rob.
Wow.
Previously done, or done by a previous presenter, Alan Balser with the Alta Care Resources, Inc. And we thought that you would probably appreciate something like that.
Yes,
so
I
thank
would.
you very
It's
much.
beautiful. Thank you.
And we have a box so you can get it on the plane.
All right. Thank you very much. Enjoy the conference, everyone. Thank you.